Malaysia Airlines Flight MH370, a routine flight that turned into the greatest aviation mystery of our time. On March 8, 2014, it departed Kuala Lumpur International Airport, bound for Beijing. On board were 239 people, all eager to reach their destination. The Boeing 777 was hailed as one of the safest planes ever built. Nothing could go wrong, or so it seemed. But 38 minutes after takeoff, MH370 vanished from radar. No distress signal, no warning, just gone. What followed was a search spanning the globe, one of the largest and most expensive in aviation history. But nearly a decade later, we're no closer to the truth. What happened to Flight MH370? How does a plane in an era of advanced technology simply disappear? Let's break it down, the timeline, the evidence, and the theories. Flight MH370 took off at 12:41 a.m. At 1:19 a.m., the captain calmly signed off from Malaysian Air Traffic Control with the words, "Good night, Malaysian 370. But just 2 minutes later, everything changed. At 1:21 a.m., the plane's transponder stopped transmitting. It vanished from civilian radar. Then, it did something chilling. It veered off course. Instead of heading toward Beijing, MH370 turned west, flying across the Malaysian peninsula and into the Andaman Sea. Military radar tracked it until 2:22 a.m., when it disappeared from all radar systems. No one knew where it went next. But here's the strange part. MH370 wasn't entirely silent. For the next 6 hours, it continued communicating with satellites through automated signals called handshakes. At 8:19 a.m., the final satellite ping came through. Then, nothing. 6 hours, thousands of miles. But to this day, no one knows why it veered off course or where it went. The initial search focused on the South China Sea, where MH370 was last seen on radar. But when investigators analyzed satellite data, they uncovered a shocking twist. The plane had likely flown south into the Indian Ocean, one of the most remote areas on Earth. The search shifted to the Seventh Arc, a vast, desolate stretch of ocean where the plane was believed to have run out of fuel. Over 120,000 square kilometers of ocean were scoured using sonar, underwater drones, and ships. But not a single piece of wreckage was found. It wasn't until 2015, over a year later, that the first confirmed debris, a flaperon from the plane's wing, washed up on Reunion Island, 4,000 kilometers from the suspected crash site. Since then, fragments of MH370 have turned up on beaches in Madagascar, Mozambique, and other parts of the Indian Ocean. But the main wreckage, including the black box, remains missing. And with it, the answers. What could explain the disappearance of MH370? Let's explore the most chilling possibilities. Could a catastrophic failure have caused the plane to crash? It's possible, but unlikely. The Boeing 777 is built to withstand even severe emergencies, and no distress call was ever sent. This theory doesn't explain why the plane flew off course for hours before its final disappearance. Some believe MH370 was hijacked. A hijacker could have turned off the transponder and forced the plane off course. But there's a problem. No group ever claimed responsibility. And why would someone deliberately fly a plane into the middle of nowhere? Perhaps the most controversial theory points to the pilot, Captain Zahari Ahmad Shah. Zahari was an experienced pilot with a spotless record. But investigators found suspicious data on his home flight simulator. He had simulated a flight path eerily similar to the route MH370 is believed to have taken, straight into the southern Indian Ocean. Could this have been a deliberate act? A tragic murder-suicide? Or is Zahari simply a scapegoat? Some experts suggest a sudden decompression could have incapacitated everyone on board. In this scenario, the plane may have flown on autopilot for hours before running out of fuel. But this theory doesn't explain why the plane veered so sharply off course. One of the most unsettling theories is that MH370 was accidentally shot down by a military operation. Some believe the plane strayed into a restricted area and was destroyed. Could governments be hiding the truth? If so, why hasn't anyone come forward? Why is the wreckage still missing? Flight MH370 isn't just a mystery, it's a tragedy. 239 people vanished. Families torn apart, loved ones left with no answers. In an age of GPS, satellite tracking, and advanced technology, how can a plane just disappear? The search for MH370 has spanned nearly a decade. But until the wreckage is found, the truth remains out of reach. What do you think happened to MH370? Was it an accident, a deliberate act, or something far more sinister? Until we know the truth, the story of MH370 will continue to haunt